Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo endorsed for 2023 presidency. Wow. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time we're reaching you today. Thank you very much for your continuous and massive support. We truly appreciate you. Whatever you're doing today, please remember to be kind and make somebody's life better than you met it. Anyway, my people, today is about Professor Yemi Osinbajo. We are getting the information here that he's been getting endorsement for 2023 presidency. Who is Professor Yemi Osinbajo? Is the very present incumbent vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who was democratically elected but has been, in my opinion, ridiculed to the background by this administration so that his face will not be seen, and has been occupied with other duties rather than his democratically elected duties that is supposed to administer and perform to Nigerians. What we see is his aides, the person of Laulu, telling us what the vice president is doing, as against the vice president addressing the nation where the president is not able to do such. But this administration aides and people who are working with the president have been those who Nigerians have rather seen, heard from, rather than the president or the vice president. However, we're hearing that Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has been getting various endorsements towards 2023 presidency in Nigeria. Let's get onto the news and get all the details. Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo endorsed for 2023 presidency. The incumbent Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, has gotten a huge support from various groups across the country who had finally endorsed him as the best choice for 2023 to come. The group, which was identified as Good News Nigeria, advised the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo to contest for presidency come 2023 general elections. The group, who spoke through a statement released on Friday, made it clear that a combined ticket of Yemi Osinbajo and the current governor of Borno State, Professor Babangida Yuzulum, as Yuzulum, will make a good combination. Professor Yemi Osinbajo, president, while vice president, the governor of Borno State, respectively. This will pave way for an immersed national development and growth that will truly move Nigeria democratically forward. According to the national coordinator, Mr. Daudu Mabina, who said that Nigerians will become one and the development of the country in every part of the nation will be felt. And as far as the nations of the world can see truly and really that Nigeria will move forward if Yemi Osinbajo becomes the president. They went further to encourage Professor Yemi Osinbajo not to be intimidated by the alliance and the strategy of the APC present administration and the number of people who are looking forward to becoming president or vice president to come. You are our choice. We have seen your works again and again, and we believe you can replicate it if given the chance and opportunity. That's why we are endorsing you for presidency, and we know that you will do great and make Nigeria go forward like you did when President Muhammadu Buhari went for a surgery in the United Kingdom. Nigerians felt the change for a short period of time. We would like you to come back and implement this change in Nigeria, truly and really. Well, Nigerians, you've heard it all. This is what we are hearing right now, that Professor Yemi Osinbajo will be a good president in Nigeria. What do you think? Do you think that is accurate? Don't forget that Professor Yemi Osinbajo was democratically elected. But like I was saying initially before we went on to the news, what is happening in this country is that Muhammadu Buhari and his administration has very well craftily occupied the vice president so that he's not seen, he's not heard of. All we hear is that he's busy planning development of the country post COVID-19. How is that? the sole duty of the vice president of the country. Don't forget that in 2015, when APC came to limelight, what we heard was that they had a great manifesto that was very, very welcoming and very inviting and very, very persuasive to all Nigerians. What happened? They went ahead, combined. We have more than three parties came together to form an alliance with the now called APC. These three parties, one of them had Bola Tinubu as his leader, others have other people, the likes of Buhari, and they all came together. And that's where they promised Ashiwaju Bola Tinubu probably the presidency ticket come 2023. But what is happening right now is uncertain, because right now it seems like things are falling apart, and this when the center can no longer hold. With the dissolution of the NWC, a lot is happening right now with the party of APC, because it seemed like it was not a party founded on true integrity and oneness, but it was found in the initial place just to get Goodluck Jonathan out of the way. Goodluck Jonathan is out of the way, but right now the cracks are already showing in the world that this APC, it's not an organized, well-disciplined party which has an agenda and a mandate to see to it that Nigeria move forward. What happened? Why is Professor Yemi Osinbajo being endorsed? Don't forget when Muhammadu Buhari left for the United Kingdom in 2017 because he was ill at the time, and for a period of about 3 months, we had a vice president take over the affairs of the country, as should be if the president of the country is going to be out of the country for a certain number of days. Is supposed to hand over responsibility of the country to the vice president. Well, the vice president came into power and began to administer administration. And guess what? For the first time in a long time, Nigerian naira appreciated. Wow! And things began to change. And guess what? The praise of Yemi Osinbajo began to go up the flame, like where a fire has been set, and you can see the smoke all over. And guess what? Those who has put Buhari in charge became afraid and intimidated. And what we heard is that they quickly asked this man, they said, ha, Oga, if you don't come out of your sick bed before you get back, many things would have gone wrong. Nigerians would have moved a motion for your impeachment, that the vice president is the man for the show. And guess what? That scared the Buhari's administration in no small way, that quickly and truly, before you know it, Buhari was back in the country. And that was what gave rise to the alleged information by Nnamdi Kanu, saying that Buhari actually, allegedly, that Buhari died during that time, and they had to, use a cosmetic surgery on someone, one Jubin from Sudan, to represent Buhari, because they were scared that they don't want to lose power in the case of what happened to Maru Yaradua. Who is Maru Yaradua? Maru Yaradua came into governance after Obasanjo left, after Obasanjo has ruled Nigeria for two tenure and was about to leave. Umaru Yar'Adua was the PDP candidate that took over presidency. But we knew from the start that this man was kind of sickly. However, the campaign went on. He was being dragged here and there to call for campaign everywhere. And by the end of the day, when things fall apart, it does really fall apart. He could no longer really hold. And after a while, he gave up in the ailment and he died. What happened? That gave rise to the person of Goodluck Jonathan, who was his vice president, to take over the affairs of the nation. That began to, and the North was not quite happy with that. Even with that, they were saying the Senate president should take over, Goodluck Jonathan should not take over. And they said, what is not done anywhere? Constitutionally, the vice president should take over. And that's how Goodluck Jonathan ever became the president of Nigeria. Goodluck Jonathan became the president, and by the time the elections were done again, Buhari took over governance of Nigeria. And when Buhari was sick, wow, the North was in turmoil, turmoil, saying, what is going on? Are we going, is history going to repeat itself? And that's how quickly Buhari returned. But meanwhile, during the time that the person of Vice President Yemi Osinbajo gave administration to the country, there was significant growth and progress. And that's why Nigerians are saying, come back for presidency. What do you think? God bless you. Have a good day. Bye for now.